With great power comes great responsibility. Uncle Ben, Spider-Man. You've probably heard that quote before, but what if I told you that power is already inside you? Not just regular power, divine power, the kind that changes lives, shifts energy, and lights up darkness. If you've ever felt different, like you don't quite belong, like you're here for something bigger, this video is for you, because today we're talking about something powerful and deep. 8 reasons why chosen ones must become gods to fulfill their purpose. Sounds big, right? But don't worry, I'm going to break it down in a way that's super easy to understand. You'll see why being chosen isn't just about being special. It's about becoming stronger, wiser, and more connected to the real you. And yes, that means rising above fear, doubt, and even old ways of thinking. Imagine living with confidence, peace, and purpose, like you know you're on the right path. That's what happens when you remember who you really are. So stay with me till the very end, because each reason builds on the next, and by the time we're done, you'll feel something wake up inside you. And if it speaks to you, don't forget to show some love. Like, share, and join our growing family of chosen ones. This is more than a video, it's a movement. You're not alone. We're in this together. Let's rise, not just as people, but as the gods we were born to become. Being chosen doesn't mean you've already reached your final goal. It's not the end of your story as D, it's just the beginning of something much bigger. When someone is chosen, it means they have a special purpose. But that purpose is not just about doing good things or being nice, it's about growing, changing, and becoming something more powerful than you ever imagined. Being chosen is like getting a key, but you still have to open the door and walk through it. That's where becoming divine comes in. It means you start to think, act, and live from a higher level. You begin to understand things more deeply. You feel more connected, not just to people, but to life, to energy, to the whole universe. Here's the hook. Being chosen is not the finish line, it's the first spark. It's the sign that you've been called to rise above normal thinking. You're meant to go beyond fear, stress, and all the noise around you. You're here to become strong in your spirit, powerful in your mind, and full of light in your heart. But this kind of change doesn't happen overnight. It happens when you let go of the idea that you're just one person. You're not just anything. You are becoming something rare. A leader, a healer, a builder of new ways. And that's what divine really means. Not some perfect God in the sky, but someone who brings love, wisdom, and strength into the world around them. So, don't stop at being chosen. That's just the invitation. The real journey begins when you say yes to it, when you choose to rise, when you choose to remember the truth. You were never meant to stay ordinary. You were born to become extraordinary. You're not just waking up from sleep. You're waking up from a world that kept you small, confused, and distracted. And this moment in your life isn't random. It's not just another day. Something inside you is shifting. You're starting to see things differently. You feel things more deeply. You question things you used to accept without thinking. That's not just a sign of change, but that's activation. When something is activated, it turns on. It becomes alive. That's what's happening to you. Your mind, your heart, your spirit. They're all waking up to a higher calling. You're not here just to survive, follow rules, or blend in. You're here to do something powerful, something bold, something that not everyone is built for. Here's where it gets real. Only gods can handle this mission. Because the mission isn't easy. It's not about having fame or money. It's about shining light in a world full of darkness. It's about standing for truth when others stay silent. It's about healing wounds, not just in yourself, but in the world. To do that, you need to be more than human in your thinking, in your strength, and in your love. That's what it means to become divine. Not perfect, not better than others, but awake, aware, and full of purpose. This world needs souls who are activated and who don't just talk about change, but are the change. If you're feeling that pull, that fire inside that won't go away, that's the sign. It means your time has come. You weren't meant to sleep through life. You were meant to rise, and rise as a god, bold and unshaken, ready to carry out the mission you were born for. Everywhere you look, the world feels like it's falling apart. People are confused, angry, and lost. We chase things that don't matter. We believe lies that keep us divided. We scroll endlessly, compare constantly, and forget who we are. This isn't just a random mess. It's a spiritual crisis. A world built on illusions is starting to break. And when illusions collapse, truth begins to rise. That's why the chosen ones are here. Not by accident, not by luck, but by divine timing. They've been sent to rebuild something better. A world where love matters more than ego. Where peace isn't just a dream, but a real way of living. Where people wake up, heal, and come back to their true nature. But here's the thing, they can't do it human. Because being human in today's world means being distracted, tired, and afraid. It means forgetting your power and living on autopilot. But the mission of the chosen ones isn't ordinary. It's massive. And to carry that kind of weight, you have to rise above the limits of fear, doubt, and flesh. You have to think like a god, move like a god, and love like a god. This doesn't mean being perfect. It means being powerful. It means stepping into your higher self, the version of you that isn't shaken by the world falling apart, but instead stands ready to build a new one. So when you see chaos around you, remember this, it's not the end, it's the clearing. The world must fall so the truth can rise. And that truth is you. Not just a person, not just a chosen one, but a living light, awakened and divine, sent to lead in a time of darkness. And the time is now. In a world full of noise, distraction, and confusion, many are searching for answers, but only a few are being called, the chosen ones. And if you're here, it's not by accident. Something in you knows you're not like everyone else. You feel things deeper. You see through the lies. You're being prepared for something greater. But here's the truth most won't tell you. Being chosen is not enough. If you don't rise into your true power, your true identity, you'll blend in with the very crowd you were sent to awaken. The pressure is real. The calling is loud, and ignoring it, that's the real danger. In this video, I'll reveal 8 divine reasons why the chosen must rise into God consciousness, or risk fading into the crowd, because the mission ahead requires more than just good intentions. It requires transformation. God consciousness isn't about ego. It's not about control or being above others. It's about living from a place of truth, light, and spiritual strength. It's about remembering who you were before the world told you who to be. It's about rising into the version of you that the darkness fears and the world desperately needs. Each of these 8 reasons is a key, a spark, a mirror to show you what's already inside you. By the end, you won't just understand the calling, you'll feel it, deep, clear, unshakable. This message isn't for everyone, but if it resonates, if something inside you leans in and listens, then it's for you. Let's begin. Reason number 1. You are the blueprint for a new reality. Ordinary minds preserve the old. Divine minds create the future. You weren't chosen just to survive. You were chosen to build, to create a new reality where truth, light, and love are the foundation. Right now, the world is crumbling under old systems, broken ways of thinking, and traditions that no longer serve humanity. Fear is being passed down like a family recipe. Confusion is treated as normal, but the chosen ones were never meant to keep the old alive. They were born to bring in something new. That's why your mind feels different. That's why you don't agree with the crowd. That's why you ask questions others are too afraid to ask. You were designed to be the blueprint, the living example of what a higher reality looks like. Your thoughts, your decisions, your growth, they don't just affect you, they shape the path for others to follow. Here's the hook. You are not a copy. You are the original code. You don't fit in because you weren't meant to. You came with a new pattern, a new light frequency, a new way of doing things. That's why the world tries to silence you, distract you, or make you doubt yourself. Because if you ever fully stepped into your divine mind, the old world would shake. Ordinary minds hold on to what's safe and familiar, but divine minds, minds that are connected to higher wisdom, they break limits. They see what others can't. They imagine a better way and have the courage to build it. That's your gift. But being a blueprint is also a responsibility. People are watching. Even in silence, your energy teaches. You're showing what it looks like to grow in truth, to move with faith, and to walk with a purpose that isn't tied to money, fame, or fear. So every time you choose healing over bitterness, love over judgment, or purpose over comfort, you are rewriting the script for the next generation. You're leaving behind spiritual footprints that others will walk in. You were not sent here to repeat the past. You were sent to design the future. Not with bricks and machines, but with thoughts, actions, and a powerful spirit that refuses to be average. Chosen one, remember this. You are the blueprint. You are the start of something divine. And the world needs you to build it. Reason number 2. Only gods can withstand the spiritual warfare. Ahead, demons don't fear humans, they fear those who remember their divine origin. Every chosen one, whether they realize it or not, is living in the middle of a spiritual battlefield. It's not a war of guns or swords, like it's a war for your mind, your peace, your purpose. The battle is invisible, but the effects are everywhere. Anxiety, depression, confusion, addiction, division, and fear. These are not random, they are weapons. But here's the truth the world won't tell you. You were never meant to fight this battle as just a human, because humans by themselves are fragile. They break, they get tired, they fall into the same traps over and over. But the moment a chosen one remembers who they really are, that they come from divine light, that their spirit is eternal, that their power is not of this world, everything changes. Demons don't fear loud voices. They don't fear how many followers you have or how well you speak. They fear something else. Remembrance. When you remember your divine origin, your energy shifts. You stop begging, you stop shrinking, you stop doubting, you start walking in authority, moving in truth, and glowing with a light that darkness can't touch. And that light? It's not just pretty. It's dangerous to anything unclean. That's why you're attacked. That's why the enemy tries to wear you down, keep you distracted, and make you question your worth. Because if you fully step into your divine mindset, you become unstoppable. You begin to hear clearly, speak boldly, and move wisely. You stop reacting to chaos and start commanding peace. You stop fearing the storm and realize you are the storm, sent to shake the foundations of falsehood and rebuild with truth. So understand this. Spiritual warfare isn't something to run from, it's something to rise into. But you can only win it if you operate from your higher self, your God self. Chosen one, you weren't made to hide, you weren't made to bow down to fear. You were made to lead in war with light, to walk through darkness without losing your flame, and to show the world what divine power really looks like. And remember, no weapon formed against you can prosper when you remember who you are. Reason number 3, your words carry creative power, but only when spoken like a god. The tongue of a god speaks life, alignment, and truth into existence. You've heard it before, words have power, but for the chosen ones, it goes way deeper. Your voice isn't just for communication, it's for creation. The words you speak can build worlds or destroy them. That's why your voice has been under attack your whole life. That's why people tried to silence you, mock your thoughts, or make you afraid to express yourself. Because the enemy knows once you speak like a god, Nothing stays the same. When you speak from fear, you keep yourself trapped in a small world. But when you speak from your divine mind, with faith, clarity, and authority, you open doors, break chains, and command alignment. Your voice becomes a tool of transformation. This is not just motivation, it's spiritual law. Think about it. In every sacred text, creation began with a word. Not with action, not with force, but with sound, vibration, intention. Let there be light wasn't a suggestion. It was a command, spoken with divine certainty. That same power lives in you, chosen one, but it only activates when you stop talking like a victim and start speaking like the divine force you truly are. Start saying what you want to see, not just what you currently see. Speak healing, even when you feel broken. Speak purpose, even when the path isn't clear. Speak truth, even when it shakes the room. Because when a God speaks, creation listens. But here's the secret. It's not just about what you say, it's about where it's coming from. Are your words rooted in fear, doubt, and insecurity? Or are they flowing from your higher self? The version of you that knows you're guided, chosen, and divinely supported? Every sentence you speak shapes the spiritual atmosphere around you. Your voice can realign your life, restore others, and even shift timelines. That's why silence is dangerous. That's why negative self-talk is spiritual sabotage. You were never meant to curse yourself with doubt or delay your destiny with careless words. So speak like a God, with purpose, with truth, with vision, because your words don't just describe reality, they create it. Reason number 4, you must transcend karma, not just survive. Chosen ones aren't meant to recycle old pain, they're meant to transmute it. Karma, it's a word that carries weight. Many people live their lives thinking they're simply bound to repeat the same cycles of pain, struggle, and loss, as if it's something they must endure. The world teaches us that karma is inevitable, that we're just destined to go through the same hardships until our soul learns its lesson. And while it's true that the universe holds us accountable for our actions, the chosen ones were never meant to just survive their karma. They were born to transcend it. Surviving karma means enduring the pain, getting stuck in the loops of the past, and letting life be a series of reactions to old wounds. But transcending it means breaking free. It means understanding that your soul is not chained to the cycles of your past lives or the mistakes you made in this one. As a chosen one, you hold the key to not just releasing pain, but transforming it into something powerful. You are not here to merely learn lessons from the pain. You are here to transmute it, to take the energy of your suffering and turn it into strength, wisdom, and light. Think of it like this. Pain and suffering are raw materials. Most people recycle these materials, shaping them into the same old patterns, reusing the same broken narratives. But you, as a chosen one, are meant to refine that pain. You are meant to purify it, just like gold goes through a refining process. You are here to turn your emotional, mental, and spiritual scars into something more powerful. Your pain becomes your power when you transcend it. The hurt you've felt, the betrayals, the losses, all of it is fuel for your transformation, not just an endless cycle of suffering. When you transcend karma, you stop allowing past hurts to dictate your future. You stop carrying the weight of old patterns and start using them as stepping stones to build a new, more enlightened path. You become the alchemist of your own soul, turning lead into gold. And as you rise above karma, you not only free yourself, but also pave the way for others to do the same. You show them that they too can transcend their pain, step out of the cycles that have bound them, and reclaim their divine power. You are not a victim of karma, chosen one. You are its master. Your destiny is not to simply survive the storm, but to dance in the rain and emerge stronger, wiser, and more aligned with your divine purpose. Reason number 5, divine purpose, demands divine perspective. To shift humanity, you must see beyond humanity, God's eye view. As a chosen one, your purpose is not just about personal success or individual growth. It is part of a much larger plan, a divine design that aims to elevate not only your life, but the lives of others, and ultimately the world itself. But to fulfill this grand purpose, you must develop a perspective far beyond the limitations of everyday human thinking. You cannot see the world through the lens of fear, doubt, or short-term thinking. You must view the world through the eyes of the divine, the God's eye view. Why is this so important? Because humanity, in its current state, is blind to its true potential. People are often caught up in petty struggles, distractions, and limitations, unable to see the bigger picture. They are living in survival mode, trapped in cycles of conflict, fear, and confusion. If you want to help shift this paradigm, you must first rise above it. You have to see not just what is happening now, but what is possible. You must perceive not just the problems, but the solutions. You need to look beyond human limitations to see the divine plan that is unfolding. The divine perspective is one of clarity, wisdom, and foresight. When you see the world through the eyes of God, you stop reacting to circumstances. Instead, you begin to act with purpose, knowing that everything you experience is part of a greater whole. You no longer get caught in the small, temporary battles. You rise above the drama, the distractions, and the chaos to focus on what really matters. Your mission to uplift, heal, and guide others toward truth. This perspective allows you to make decisions with a higher wisdom. It enables you to understand the deeper reasons behind events and circumstances rather than just taking them at face value. It frees you from the grip of fear and doubt because you know that everything you go through has a divine purpose, even the challenges. They are not obstacles but opportunities for growth, learning, and divine alignment. By adopting a divine perspective, you also gain the ability to see others with compassion, understanding that they are struggling with their own limitations. You become a beacon of light, guiding them toward a higher understanding of themselves and their place in the world. You are not merely a part of humanity. You are here to help humanity transcend its limitations. In order to fulfill your divine purpose, you must see the world as God sees it, full of infinite potential, unlimited possibility, and boundless love. Only then can you rise above the noise, distractions, and negativity and begin to shift the world toward a higher, more enlightened reality. Your purpose isn't just to live in this world, it's to change it. But you can only do that by seeing it through the eyes of the divine. Reason number 6, your energy must command realms, not just rooms. You're not here to impress. You're here to influence dimensions. As a chosen one, your purpose stretches far beyond the mundane and the material. You're not meant to walk through life seeking approval, chasing fleeting moments of validation, or impressing those around you with surface-level accomplishments. Instead, your energy has the power to influence far greater things than just the small space you occupy. You are here to command realms, to shift the very fabric of reality itself, and to leave an imprint on the universe that transcends ordinary human existence. Too many people spend their lives trying to make an impact in their immediate surroundings, focusing on impressing the people in the rooms they enter. They aim to win attention, gain followers, or earn praise in their limited social circles. But this approach is far too narrow for someone with divine purpose. If you're living with a godly mission, your reach has to be broader than just your current environment. You are meant to influence dimensions, which means the spiritual, energetic, and even cosmic levels of existence, not just the physical, material world. Every chosen one carries an energy frequency that can ripple across dimensions. Your thoughts, words, and actions aren't just confined to your immediate space. They resonate through time, space, and even other realms of existence. This is why you feel a deep inner pull, like you're connected to something bigger than yourself, something that extends beyond what you can see and touch. When you understand that your energy can affect multiple dimensions, you begin to act with intention and purpose, knowing that every step you take influences not only the physical world but also the spiritual and metaphysical realms. This is the power of true influence. It's not about impressing people with your achievements or charisma. It's about aligning with the divine energy within you and allowing that energy to flow through every interaction, every decision, and every challenge you face. When you act from this higher energy, you tap into a force that can change the course of events on a cosmic level. Your presence alone can shift the atmosphere in a room, the vibration of a place, or even the direction of a life. As a chosen one, you are here to be a spiritual powerhouse, not a temporary spark of excitement. Your energy must carry weight. It must have the power to move mountains, to shift realities, and to change the course of events. You're not just here to exist in the background or make a minor ripple. You are here to create waves that impact the very structure of the world. You're here to influence dimensions, to guide others, and to usher in a new era. So, let go of the need for validation from the small spaces you currently occupy. Stop worrying about impressing the world around you. Your purpose is far grander than that. You're here to create lasting change, to lead with power, and to influence realms, not just rooms. Your energy is the key to unlocking your divine potential. The world needs it, and you're here to unleash it. Reason number 7. Earth is a training ground for gods in disguise. Your suffering wasn't punishment, it was preparation for power. The world we live in can often feel like a harsh and unforgiving place. It throws challenges, pain, and obstacles at us without warning, leaving many to question why such suffering exists. The truth is, your suffering has never been pointless or random. It wasn't a form of punishment, nor was it a test of how much you can endure for no reason. Instead, it was a divine preparation. Earth isn't just a place to exist, it's a training ground, carefully designed to help you evolve into your true, godly nature. From the moment you were born, you were being shaped for greatness. Each hardship you faced, every loss, every moment of pain was part of a greater blueprint that was designed to strengthen your spirit. The suffering you've experienced has been like the chisel that refines a rough stone, removing the excess to reveal the brilliance inside. It may have felt cruel at times, but in reality, it was shaping you into a vessel of divine power. You were not meant to stay in the pain, you were meant to rise above it, to use it as a stepping stone for transformation. While others might have let their suffering define them, you've learned to transcend it, growing stronger with each challenge. This is the difference between ordinary people and chosen ones. Ordinary souls let suffering break them down. Chosen ones, on the other hand, transmute their suffering into power, wisdom, and resilience. They know that each obstacle is a lesson that pushes them closer to their divine potential. Think of Earth as a school where each class is designed to prepare you for your ultimate role. The pain, the heartache, the trials, these are the lessons. When you learn how to overcome them, you level up. And just like any true master, you don't just learn the skills necessary to survive in the world. You learn how to thrive and transcend the world's limitations. The universe is preparing you for a purpose far greater than what you might see with human eyes. You were never meant to be an ordinary person navigating through a simple life. You were meant to harness the power of your soul, to awaken the God within you, and to step into your destiny with the strength to overcome anything. Earth has been your training ground, the place where you've been tested, molded, and empowered. So, don't look at your struggles as setbacks, see them as the preparation needed for your rise. The pain you've endured wasn't meant to break you. It was meant to strengthen your divine muscles and prepare you to carry out the extraordinary mission you were chosen for. Your suffering is simply the process of awakening to the immense power that already lies within you. The time to step into your godly nature has arrived, and you've been prepared for this moment every step of the way. Reason number 8, the return of the gods begins with you. You're not waiting for a savior, you're awakening the one within. The world has long been waiting for a savior, someone to come and lead humanity out of its darkness. But what if I told you that the savior you've been waiting for isn't someone outside of you, but the very divine power that lies within your own soul? The return of the gods is not a distant event or a mythical occurrence. It begins with you. As a chosen one, you are the catalyst for this return, the one who is awakening to the full potential of your divine essence. For centuries, humanity has been conditioned to look outside itself for salvation, in leaders, gurus, or messiahs. While these figures may have played significant roles in guiding us, the time has come for the true transformation to take place. The divine energy that once manifested in gods and mythic beings is still alive, but it now resides within each of us, waiting to be awakened. You are not waiting for a singular savior to change the world. You are the savior. The God within you is ready to emerge, and it is your task to awaken this divine force and step into your rightful power. When you begin to recognize the godlike energy inside of you, you realize that the power to change the world, heal the wounds of the earth, and elevate humanity is already within your grasp. This awakening is not a future event, it's happening right now. Each moment of self-discovery, each step you take toward embracing your divine nature, contributes to the collective rise of the gods. The more you align with your higher self, the more you help awaken that same divine potential in others. The return of the gods is not about waiting for someone else to lead. It's about rising up as one and stepping into our true roles as divine beings with a mission to transform the world. The shift in consciousness begins within you. You are the beginning of a new era, the spark that ignites the flame of awakening in the hearts of others. As you embrace your godlike power, you unlock the ability to heal, to inspire, and to guide others on their path of self-discovery. The more you awaken, the more you help others awaken. Together, the return of the gods is not a distant fantasy, but a living, breathing reality. You're not waiting for a savior. You are becoming one. And when you fully awaken to the divine power inside of you, the world will feel the shift. The gods have returned and they're here to stay, and that return starts with you. Now you understand. Chosen ones aren't special because they were picked. They're divine because they remembered why. When most people think of the chosen ones, they imagine individuals who were selected for greatness or singled out for a special purpose, as though they were the lucky few, chosen for a destiny far beyond the reach of ordinary people. The narrative often suggests that chosen ones are rare, mysterious, and unique in ways that set them apart from everyone else. However, the real truth about being chosen is not about being randomly picked or singled out from the masses. In fact, it's about remembering the divine purpose and higher calling that exists within you from the very beginning. Being chosen is not about receiving a badge of honor or being granted an exclusive gift that others lack. It's about waking up to who you truly are. The reason chosen ones seem special is not because they've been given something others haven't, it's because they've remembered the power and divine potential that has always been inside them. This memory is the key that unlocks their true greatness. The concept of being chosen is often misunderstood. People think it's about a destiny bestowed upon someone or a divine decree that elevates one person over another. But the true essence of being chosen is about reconnecting to the divine energy and purpose that existed within you before you even entered this world. It's about shedding the layers of illusion, doubt, and fear that cloud your mind and remembering the truth of who you are, a being of infinite potential and power, destined to make an impact on the world. This reframe flips the traditional narrative on its head. It shifts the focus from external validation, the idea that you are special because someone or something picked you, to internal awakening, the understanding that you are divine because you've tapped into the truth of your existence. Being chosen is about remembering your soul's true essence and the divine mission you were sent here to fulfill. This shift in perspective is empowering because it reveals that everyone has the potential to be chosen. It's not about being selected by some external force. It's about awakening the divine within and choosing to live in alignment with your higher purpose. When you remember why you are here, everything changes. You stop seeking validation from the world. You stop comparing yourself to others, thinking that they are somehow more special or more powerful than you. The moment you realize that the divine essence inside of you is the same divine essence that exists in all things, you understand that your purpose is just as significant as anyone else's. This memory is your key to unlocking a life filled with meaning, direction, and impact. The journey to remembering your divine purpose isn't always easy. It requires you to look beyond the surface of life's challenges and see them for what they truly are: opportunities for growth, healing, and self-discovery. Every obstacle you face is not a test of your worth, but a lesson to help you remember who you truly are. When you realize that your struggles are not punishments, but catalysts for awakening, your entire outlook on life changes. Chosen ones aren't chosen because they are inherently better or more deserving. They are chosen because they've awakened to their divine potential and are ready to fulfill the mission that has been placed upon their souls. This is what makes them unique. Not their selection, but their remembrance of who they were always meant to be. The power to change the world, to create new realities, to lead others toward their own divine awakening. All of this lies within you, waiting to be remembered. Once you embrace this truth, you can no longer view yourself as just another person trying to make it through life. You become aware of the power that has always been inside you, waiting for you to recognize it. The chosen ones are not extraordinary because they've been picked out of a crowd. They are extraordinary because they remembered who they are and why they are here. So the next time you wonder why some people seem to shine brighter or live with more purpose, remember this. It's not about being picked. It's about the divine power of remembering. You too can step into your divine purpose the moment you choose to awaken to the truth within. When you do, you become not just chosen, but divine. And your life will never be the same again. So, will you rise or remain dormant while the world waits? The time has come to make a choice, and it's a powerful one. The world is in a state of transformation, teetering between chaos and change, between the old and the new. Every soul, including yours, has a role to play in this shift. The question isn't whether you're capable or worthy. The question is, will you answer the call? Will you rise to embrace the divine potential within you, or will you stay dormant, waiting for someone else to take the first step? The universe doesn't wait for anyone. It moves with or without your participation. And the truth is, while the world waits for the chosen ones to awaken, there's no guarantee that the opportunity will last forever. Time moves swiftly, and while others may still be asleep, the universe is calling out for those who are ready to rise, to awaken, and to transform the world. You are not here by accident. You didn't come into this world to live a life of mediocrity. You weren't placed here just to follow the same patterns, to fit in with the crowd, or to live by the limitations of others' expectations. You are here because there is something greater within you, something divine that is waiting to be realized. That power, your true essence, has the ability to change the course of your life and the world. But it can only do so if you choose to awaken it. This is your moment. A moment of decision. A moment to either stay where you are, comfortable and safe, or to rise up and answer the call of your higher purpose. Will you stand up and step into your divine power, or will you let fear, doubt, or complacency keep you in the shadows? The choice is yours. There is no right time or perfect to begin your journey toward awakening. The truth is, the perfect moment is right now. Waiting for things to align or for the stars to magically fall into place is just an illusion. You already have everything you need to rise. What you need now is the courage to move forward. The world is waiting for those who have remembered their divine power, for those who are ready to step up and lead. It's not about waiting for someone else to make the change. It's about you. You who were called to this moment. You have the power within you to shift not only your life but the world around you. But the world can't wait forever, and neither should you. So, what will it be? Will you rise into the greatness that's waiting for you? Or will you stay dormant, letting the world pass by, without ever stepping into the role you were always meant to play. The choice is yours, and the world is waiting for you to make it. This is your invitation to activate your godhood, to remember who you've always been. In the depths of your soul, there's a quiet whisper, a pull that tugs at your consciousness, urging you to awaken. It is not a new voice, but one you've always known, one that has always been there, waiting for the right moment to be heard. This whisper is the invitation to activate your godhood, to remember the divine power that has always resided within you. You are not waiting for something outside of yourself to change. The transformation begins with you as you awaken to the truth of who you are and step into the power that has always been yours. When we think of gods, we often imagine beings of immense power, distant and unreachable, existing in realms far beyond our understanding. We think of gods as entities that possess abilities we can only dream of, controlling the elements, creating and destroying worlds, shaping destinies with the mere flick of a hand. These beings seem so far removed from our everyday experiences that it's easy to believe that godhood is something reserved for the ancient myths or the elite few. But this is where the truth lies hidden. You are the god you've been waiting for. Godhood is not some distant, unattainable ideal. It's not a title that's bestowed upon only the chosen or the extraordinary. It is an inherent part of your being, a core aspect of your identity that's simply waiting to be activated. You've always had it within you. You've just forgotten how to access it. The journey of remembering your godhood is not about acquiring something new. It's about reconnecting with what has always been within you. It's about shedding the layers of illusion, doubt, and limitation that have clouded your perception. It's about remembering the divine essence that is a part of you. The essence that has always been there, guiding you, shaping your path, and supporting you through every challenge. This invitation is not just an opportunity. It's a call to return to your true nature, to embrace the infinite power that resides within you. So what does it mean to activate your godhood? To activate your godhood is to step into your full potential, to embrace the truth of who you are, and to use the divine power within you to create the life you were meant to live. It is to realize that you are not a victim of circumstances, but a powerful creator of your own reality. The world does not shape you, you shape the world. Every thought, every belief, every action you take is infused with the divine energy that flows through you. And when you recognize this, you begin to see that nothing is impossible. To activate your godhood is to transcend the limitations of the human experience. It's about rising above the mundane struggles, the fears, the doubts, and the insecurities that keep you from living your fullest potential. It's about remembering that you are not bound by time, space, or circumstance. You are an infinite being connected to the divine flow of the universe. The only limitations that exist are the ones you place on yourself. When you activate your godhood, you dissolve those limitations and align yourself with the boundless power that flows through the cosmos. This process of awakening is not instantaneous. It's a journey that requires courage, patience, and a deep commitment to your own evolution. But every step you take towards remembering your godhood is a step towards freedom, towards a life of limitless possibilities. As you peel away the layers of conditioning and fear, you uncover the divine truth that has always been with you. And with that truth comes an undeniable sense of purpose, a knowing that you are here for something greater, that you were chosen for this moment in time to activate the divine power within you. Remembering your godhood is not about arrogance or ego. It's not about proclaiming superiority over others. It's about recognizing your place in the grand design of the universe and understanding the role you are meant to play.